Don't be like Moses. When God showed up to Moses in the burning bush, God directly spoke to him and told him his plans for Moses' life. And when Moses saw this miracle, he instantly knew that this was the higher being. This was God speaking to him. And God even identifies himself as the I am. I am who I am, he says. Moses knows he's God. Moses knows that there's a plan on his life. But Moses continues to give excuses over excuses as to why he isn't the one who should go and do this mission for God and his people. Moses makes these excuses so God can change his plan. One of the last excuses that Moses gives God is a little comical. Then Moses said to the Lord, "O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue." Moses says to God that, "God, I know you're choosing me, but I'm not eloquent, neither before nor now, since you've chosen me, and I am slow of speech. I cannot speak well." See, we need to understand that when God anoints us for a mission, He gives us natural talents, and He prepares us to be in a season where we can serve in the way He wants us to serve. Moses, while he was in the palace, he was being prepared for this specific season so he can lead millions out of slavery and take them into the wilderness so they can sacrifice and worship God, be with Him, and be God's people. What Moses didn't know and what God knew was that he was the anointed of God, and that God's supernatural power will be with him. And the second thing is that Moses was prepared for this season in the palace. In Acts chapter 7, verse 22, "And Moses was learned in all the wisdom of Egyptians, and was mighty in words and deeds." So what we just heard from Moses' mouth and what we hear
Scripture is saying contradicts.
Moses is saying that I'm not eloquent, neither was I before, nor since you've picked me and chosen me, and that I do not speak well. I don't know how to talk. And while Moses was in the palace, he became eloquent. He was trained in speaking and giving speeches. He had the supernatural anointing and the training that he received in the palace for this specific reason and for this season. I wonder how many of us know that God has chosen us, that there is an anointing on us, and God is saying, "You are chosen for my salvation work. You are chosen for my kingdom work. Go and make disciples of all the nations. Spread the gospel, the good news that people desperately need today." You, my friend, are equipped and anointed for such a time as this. Go and do the will of the Father.